Welcome to Who's Up Next, a video podcast for journal junkies. I'm Sally.lee.bell, your host, and I will be interviewing one of our favorite artists. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's see who's up next.
Hello, everyone. This is Sally with Rainy Day Gypsy and Who's Up Next? And today we have Beth from Beth's Journal Boutique up next. Welcome, Beth.
Hi, everyone.
So, welcome, Beth. Tell us about yourself. Tell us where you're from, what you do. Do you do journaling full time or?
Yeah. Well, sadly, I don't do journaling full time. I still have my full-time job. So this is really kind of a hobby right now, although crossing my fingers in a couple of years, hoping that I'll be able to focus full time on this.
That'll be great.
Yeah. So I am in Ontario, Canada. And I've been doing this as a hobby since around 2014.
Okay. Wow, that's 10 years.
Yeah. I had taken a really nice trip to Italy, and with all the pictures and so on, I really kind of thought, I don't want to just, put them in one of those old photo albums. I thought, let me see what's happening on YouTube, see if there's a unique way to do this or a more interesting way to do this memory keeping. And I came across junk journaling, and it's, grown there. I still haven't finished my Italy trip junk journal, but anyway.
You'll have to go back.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. So that's the first one you did, or in the process? It's still in the process.
What
do they call those? UFOs, unfinished objects or something? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's great. So the Italy trip, I'm sure, was fun too.
Was fabulous. Yeah. Fabulous.
Yeah, I'd love to go there. Well, that's great. So you've been doing this for 10 years, and I assume your style has grown along with you too.
Yes.
Through the years. You've changed a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah, I have. I started very kind of shabby chic. I guess just influenced, of course, by what I was seeing and online. And while I still do some of that, I'm a little bit shabbier, I think, a little bit, not quite grunge, but I like a little bit more vintage feel than shabby chic.
Okay.
Yeah, at Christmas.
I see that.
Yeah, at Christmas, though, I do like to dip my toes into retro, just because that's kind of what I grew up with. That's what Christmas was, how it looked when I was younger. So that's typically what I do at Christmas time.
I was going to tell you that Christmas journal that you did with the recipes and the you know the one I'm talking about? The
one I did recently?
Recipes. Like 2 months ago, maybe?
Yeah.
I think it said 2 months ago. Oh, I love that.
Oh,
see, that's how I grew up too, those old recipes and all that good stuff. Oh, man. That is so pretty. Yeah, your stuff is really beautiful. Every time I look at your stuff, I think that you have a really uncanny way of picking colors.
Oh.
You really have a talent there, Beth. I don't know if you know it, but your colors, well, maybe they're just the colors that draw me in, but wow, they're gorgeous. I love the one with the green cover that you did for the Graphics Fairy.
Oh, yes,
Do you
thank
remember that
you.
one? Yeah, that was really pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And do you do flip flop? Is it flip flop or trifold or what do you call those?
Yeah, so I had been doing a lot of flip-flop journals. And I've kind of recently transitioned to more of folios and particularly the trifold folios. I'm really enjoying those. So I seem
Okay.
to, over the last year or so, I've kind of been going through phases. Um,
Right.
so I'm not sure where I'll end up next year, but right now I'm in
Right.
my trifold folio stage. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we'll keep watch to make sure we don't miss your next stage. Yeah, so yeah, I really love that stuff.
Thank you.
Obviously, you're on the design team for the Graphics Fairy, or you were. Are you still?
No, I was.
Okay.
And I think it's been about a year since I've been off the team.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But what a great
Are you?
experience. Yeah,
I bet. I think that would really be fun.
yeah.
Are you on any other design teams?
I am not permanently on any of the teams because I've had so many kind of custom orders that I've had to focus on. I wasn't able to commit. But I
Yeah.
do guest design teamwork for Rach and Bella Crafts,
Oh.
for Everlasting Journals,
Oh,
for
wow.
yeah,
Some
Bontic
good
Design.
ones.
Yeah, for
Oh,
Raindrop Lila.
yeah.
So a few kind
Yeah.
of as
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
able to, I like to do those. Yeah.
Right. And you just mentioned custom, so you do a lot of custom also.
I do. I do a lot of yeah, custom made to order journals for people. They
Right.
just message me in my Etsy shop, and I'm happy to work with them on that. So yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that would make me nervous. Does it make you nervous?
Um. Well, when it's a little bit out of my comfort zone,
Hmm.
a little bit. Oh, and so I work very closely with the customer just to make sure I'm kind of going down the right road before I start gluing things together.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess you
yeah.
can email them a picture and say, "Is this what you're thinking?"
That's exactly
Yeah.
that's exactly what I've been
Yeah.
doing. So the most recent
Yeah.
flip flop journal I posted on my YouTube channel, that neutral Christmas.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
so as you know, my color kind of choices are a little bit, more red and green, a little bit more traditional. So that neutral
Right.
was really a challenge for me. And so I worked very closely
Uh-huh.
with the customer to make sure
Right. Right.
pages I was choosing were, what she was considering. So yeah, it worked out.
Yeah,
But
it's gorgeous.
out of my comfort zone. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I understand that. That's good though because it stretches you, you know.
absolutely. Yeah,
Kind of yeah, that's
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, you have a style that doesn't I see the vintage for sure, but you're not the same colors or anything every time.
Yeah.
You go all over the place. You had some really pretty kind of fall colors there. Was it
Yeah.
last week or
Yes.
yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
those that dark greenish color. Oh gosh, that was gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love fall. It's my favorite season. I just look out my window here at the red tree next to me, and it really inspired me to do those
Oh,
fall journals.
yeah. Well, and that maybe is where you get a lot of your color inspiration is from nature now that I think about it, because that's the best colors we could ever have. You have that green in there that just, yeah. Oh, fun. Ooh, I'm going to try
Absolutely.
that. I just learned something.
There you go.
So, yeah. So you post, how often do you post a journal?
Um, I I don't have a consistent schedule just because I do this, evenings and weekends and that kind of thing. And sometimes it takes me
Right,
longer than I would like. So
right.
this year, I think I've been posting something kind of every 3 weeks ish,
Yeah.
as I
Okay.
can.
Right.
So yeah, I've tried to be a little bit more consistent this year, and I'm thinking I've done that. So yeah,
Oh, good, good.
I'd like to do certainly more often. Um,
Uh-huh.
but time
I'm with
constraints, those
you.
full-time jobs really get in the way.
I know. I don't have a full-time job out of the home, but I'm full-time working all the time. Doing what? I don't know. But,
Yeah.
yard and house and whatever. But, I wanted to be more consistent too. And it takes me forever to do one. And it's not working very well. I've got to get my schedule organized, and I'm not very good at that, I guess. But I
Yeah.
think consistency would bring more people to watch for sure. What are some of your other crafts and hobbies? Are you just focused on junk
Yeah,
journaling?
right now I'm really focused on junk journals. I do a little bit of sewing. Many years ago, I used to do a lot of sewing, and
Right.
that's why I like to kind of incorporate that into my journals. But um, I'm honestly not a very patient person, so I don't do a lot of things that take a long time. So,
Right.
yeah, I don't have the patience for that. So really,
Yeah.
junk journaling really is kind of my craft space right now.
Well, I'm kind of obsessed with it too, and I like to do other things, but since I found junk journaling, I don't do any of my other things. It's kind
It,
of taken over my craft life.
I know it's, yeah, you can get really addicted to it for sure.
I know. And what's really funny, I don't know about you, but me, like, I have stacks and stacks and stacks of things that you couldn't use in a lifetime, yet I need to go to those stores and look for some more stuff. But that's part of the fun, I think.
It definitely is part of the fun. I know. Looking at everything here, just thinking, yeah, I don't need anything else. But yet, I was
I know.
online the other day looking at scrapbook.com to see what I could buy.
I know, and that Tim Holtz stuff is,
Oh,
you can really fall into that rabbit hole
yeah,
fast. Yeah. Did you see
absolutely.
his latest Christmas stuff? That's up your alley.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was kind of that. It was kind of that. Oh, that stuff that we were raised with. I'm older than you are, but kind of that 50s
yeah.
Christmas feel. Did you see all that little ephemera?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm dying.
I've
I
already
haven't
got my
ordered it,
hands
but
on. I've already got my
did
hands
you?
on it. I've got packs of it sitting over here just to be used.
I've been gonna order it, but I haven't. Thinking maybe I ought to use all that other Tim Holtz stuff first. But it is so cool. Yeah,
It's so
it
good.
is really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely talented.
Yeah,
He's got us ladies right where he wants us, doesn't he?
absolutely. Can't be without it.
Yeah. Tell me what other social media you play around with. YouTube, obviously.
Yeah, Instagram is really my other kind of social media account that I have. I don't do
Uh huh.
TikTok or anything like that.
Yeah.
I
Uh
don't do
huh.
Twitter or whatever it is
Yeah.
now, X, I guess. I do
Yeah.
Instagram, and
Okay.
I'm Beth's Journal Boutique over there as well.
Okay.
Um, and
Good.
so I like to do a little bit more on Instagram that I do, of course, on YouTube, just to kind of keep people up to date, kind of what I'm working on and kind of progress, that type of thing. And then
Gotcha.
typically finished items over on YouTube.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you post on Instagram more often than you post on YouTube. Okay.
I do. Yeah. Not as
Okay.
frequently as I probably should or would like to. However, yes, more frequently
Yeah.
than YouTube for sure.
Yeah. It's a little bit easier and faster, obviously, but
Yeah,
still, you got to sit
absolutely.
down and make sure
Yeah.
you get the right size. How
Yes.
about Etsy? You have an Etsy store. You mentioned an Etsy store,
I do,
right?
yeah. I have an Etsy
Okay.
shop. I've had it for a number
Mm-hmm.
of years. And I'm actually thinking of opening a coffee shop as well. Um,
Okay. A lot of
just to,
people have.
well, yeah. Etsy has changed, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people are trying to find another way to go. And so
Outlet.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of thinking about
Yeah.
that as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Keep me posted on that. I'd like to interview again and see what you think of Ko-fi. I always
Sure.
called it Ko-fi, but someone said no, it's like coffee. But now you say Ko-fi, and
Well,
now I'm all confused.
I know, and I've always thought it was coffee as well because it makes sense to me that it would be coffee.
Uh huh.
But
Yeah.
most people say Kofi
Say
so I don't
Ko-fi.
know how to say it really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a cool name,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But yeah, interesting. So let us know how that goes.
I will.
Okay.
For sure.
And tell us, okay, so what are your future plans as far as journaling? You want to retire and do this full time?
Yeah, I would like to. In a couple of years, I would like to be able to transition to doing this on a full-time basis. Certainly do more how to or kind of how I do things versus
Yeah.
just kind of finish flip throughs, because those types of videos certainly take longer to put
Right,
together.
right.
And right now, there's just not a lot of time for me to focus on that. So doing more of
Right.
those things in a couple of years, and just really having more of a consistent schedule in terms
Right.
of, posting and
Right.
showing up in social media. Yeah.
I know. People forget. Oh yeah, it's Beth, I forgot. Well, so what was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So at this point, then you don't really do the tutorials how to do your journals. You just do the flip throughs,
Yeah, most.
flip throughs of the flip flops.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, have you done
Mostly.
tutorials before?
Yeah. So I do have a few on my channel.
Uh
Um,
huh.
Not a lot, but I do have some on my channel. And hopefully we'll be able to get a few more done this year. I'm doing a
Right.
collaboration coming up that will be a kind of how-to. So
Okay.
that'll be coming up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun. How about have you ever charged for your tutorials or anything? Have you tried that?
No, I haven't done that. They're just really kind of on my YouTube channel. I just kind of like to
Yeah.
share. So I
Yeah.
haven't done a course, put together a
Right.
course to
Yeah.
charge, right? Yeah. So
Right.
no, I haven't
Right.
done that.
Right.
But maybe when I retire, maybe that'll be something I can spend some time on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, it
Yeah.
sounds like you have some good plans ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So, tell us anything else you want to tell us. Would you like to tell the audience?
Mm. Goodness,
Come
what would I
see
like to?
you. Come
Sorry.
see you for sure. Come see you on your
Yes. Come in.
YouTube and Instagram. Yeah.
Yes, YouTube, Instagram, come and see what I'm up to.
Right.
But I guess honestly, I think it's just a lot of people kind of see a lot of comments. Oh, well, I couldn't do, or how do you? Really, honestly, just jump into it and give it a try.
Right. Right.
Certainly, when I look back at some of the things that I made first, they're not great, but it was,
Right.
practice makes
Build,
perfect.
yeah,
And
building on your skills. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
my advice is it's a lot of fun. Just jump in and try something, and then
Right.
just kind of work from there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. How about do you use a lot of well, when you do your stuff for the design team work, you must use their
Yeah.
digital downloads, right? And also
Yeah.
the graphics vary,
Yes.
obviously. And you don't do digitals, do you, Beth? Or do
I
you?
don't. I
Okay.
do have some digitals on my Etsy shop, and those are vintage
Uh-huh.
hankies that I had. Um,
Oh.
I have an autumn set, and I have a vintage Christmas hanky set as well. And
Oh,
then just
yeah.
some other kind of floral colors as well. So yeah, those are on my Etsy shop. But other than that, I
Oh,
don't create digitals.
right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, now I got to ask you this. You don't have to answer. Where
Mm.
did you get your digitals for that Christmas recipe one? Is it just out of old cookbooks and things?
Yes.
I,
I know
I
which one
just
you
love
mean.
that one.
What
Yeah.
is the name of that shop?
Ooh. Oh, you used some digitals then.
I did. Those were
I thought maybe you
digital.
just had an old cookbook or two.
No. Fun Art Inc. I think it's called
Oh,
Fun
okay.
Art Inc. Um,
Okay.
Boutique,
Those
maybe?
were okay. Those were
Yeah.
really special. Yeah.
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 That was a
Um,
lot of fun. As soon as I saw
yeah.
kind of the format of the kind of Not the format, the images. I knew right away that I wanted to do something with recipes, just because I always think of that at Christmas, right? There's so many special things that, you make at Christmas. So, yeah.
Christmas dinner at Grandma's house,
Yes.
Love
yes,
that.
absolutely.
Love that. Everyone was there.
Yeah.
All the family, all the cousins. Oh, I loved that. I really missed that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
And well, listen, our time is about up.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say? I would really like to tell the audience to go see Beth's stuff, because it's very unique. The colors are very unique, and I keep harping on that, but it's something. She's not just plain old, just throws papers in the journal. You must think these things through very well before you start.
I do. I really kind of have a vision of what I want to do. And I always like to make sure my colors and my theme flows throughout the journal. So I do focus a lot on that to make sure that is working as I go through the process.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, definitely go through your stuff, because if you're looking for any color ideas, boy, she's got them, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
All right, Beth. Well, thank you very much for being here today. It sure was fun.
Thank you,
the audience. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll tell the audience that Beth and I did one of these in June or something.
June, yeah.
And it didn't turn out. It was just blurry, and anyway, it was a mess. So we did it again, and here we are again.
Yep.
So anyway, it was fun to see you again, Beth. I'm excited to go see more of your stuff and see what you've got coming for Christmas. All righty.
Thanks.
Okay, well, listen, thanks for being here, and thank you, audience, for being here, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.